I'm about to embark on a journey with the Calypso that I never thought I would do in a million years. I never thought I would be doing this. But you know what? We got to throw caution to the wind and try something new. So it's been no secret, for about a year now, I've pretty much lost interest in the Calypso. There's a few things that I could probably change about it, and I might enjoy it. But nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? You've heard that. Let's go over the setup with the Calypso so that you know what we're working with. Let me refresh your memory on this car before we get into exactly what it is we're gonna do. Now the Calypso started life as an LX car. Picked this thing up for 350 bucks. Repainted it, fixed the floor pans, completely built suspension for this car. This car has all Team Z stuff. It's nicely built underneath. Then we put a dark block 347 stroker in here. Actually, one of my good friends hooked me up with a really good deal, Justin, on this 347 rotating assembly, and we stuffed it into a brand new dark block. It's got a Comp Cams XC274 HR camshaft in it for now. Also has a set of Trick Flow 11R 205cc heads. Really good heads with a small, I have to admit, on 370mm turbo kit. This car is backed with a TKX transmission that we got from Silver Sport, so huge shout out to them for helping us out on this transmission because it has been awesome in this car. This car now has a Vengeance twin disc clutch in it. Issue all started with this car when I put the spool in it and I did the Holley Terminator X. Now I want to clarify, there's nothing wrong with the Holley Terminator X. I just tend to like the Moch quarter horse in these cars a little better. We just seem to have less issues. This thing was a pile of crap whenever I first got it. It needed everything, and it made such good progress in such short time, and it just became a beautiful car, and I absolutely loved driving it, and I made a few changes and went in the wrong direction, and now here we are. Now here we are with a car that never gets driven, and I can't do it. I can't let this car sit. So we're gonna venture off into something completely different. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Yep, that's right. We are going to carburate the Calypso. Why, you might ask? Well, it's something different. Now, of course, the 65 Fastback is carbureted, but it's not really a car that we can drive right now, so we can't utilize this thing, but I absolutely love a carbureted setup, guys. Come on, come on. Double pumper? Yes, please. And contrary to popular belief, if you set a carburetor up nice, man, this thing's gonna pretty much work for you. I'm not gonna get into the ins and outs of carburation and all that because I don't really know all of it, but I do know a little bit, and we will get into that later on the channel. All right, so you say you're going carbureted. What does that mean? Are we gonna take the turbo off? We're just gonna ditch all the EFI and the turbo and slap a carburetor on this thing and be done with it with a set of long tubes or something? Well, not exactly. We are going to leave the turbo on this. So you guys know what that means. I know you guys are typing away right now in the comment section saying, no, don't do it. Blow-through setups are notorious for being hard to work with and hard to tune. But I'm intrigued by it. I want to see, I want to do it. I've always stayed away from blow-through setups. Anytime somebody recommended that or talked about it, I'm like, nope, I'm out the door. So originally we were gonna carburate this thing and just do away with the turbo, go long tubes and maybe a shot of gas. That's what we were gonna do. Here's the funny thing though. It's actually cheaper for me to leave the turbo, because now I don't have to buy long tube headers and, you know, exhaust for the car. I literally can just pull all this stuff off and slap a carburetor on. Here's the good thing. I got so much that I want to show you guys about this. Now, it's not gonna go 100% to plan. I already know that, and there's gonna be times when I look like an absolute fool. I expect that, but here's the cool thing. I've got so much that I wanna show you guys. We get to learn together on this. I know there's a lot of people out there that done blow-through setups and stuff like that. I get it. I mean, it's nothing new. There is a twist to this that I'm not revealing yet. There is a twist to this, and I think you guys are going to absolutely love it. Let's just hope it works out. That'll be in the next video. We'll talk about all that. If I don't do something with this car right now, it's just going to sit here. Guys, I don't enjoy it anymore. I just don't enjoy the build. I don't want to drive it. It just sits. It's one of these cars that always is in the way. I'm just ready, like it's got so many good parts on it. I want to try something different. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give this thing another shot. We're gonna go blow through. And just so you guys know, I have already ordered the carburetor, all the fittings. There's one issue that may arise, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys about it right now, and I'll tell you why it is what it is. So you guys are probably wondering, well, how are you gonna regulate fuel to all this? What are you gonna do? So working on Andrew's car, it gave me a good idea. We can just leave the fuel pump that's in the tank, and we'll run the EFI fuel pump, and then we'll just regulate it down. If you guys don't know, you do have to have a special regulator for that. This air motive that's in here won't go down low enough to regulate the fuel for a carburetor. So I've got that on order, got another air motive on the way, got all of our fittings. The only problem that we've got right now, and I know this has always been an issue on the channel, it seems like, is we only have -6 going to this car right now. We're gonna try it, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to upgrade to -8 feed line and use -6 as a return. That should work. That's what we're gonna do. The reason why is because I have to pull the gas tank down to figure out exactly what I've gotta have, because this aeromotive setup, as you can see, uses a traditional style fuel filter. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm gonna have to drop down and figure out what it is we need. So for right now, that's why we're just running the -6. That'll be enough to start the car up and get it running. Then we'll upgrade that line later. Now though, I'm so petty, guys. I don't want my car getting wet. I just washed it for now, and I promise you guys we will upgrade this. For now though, we're just gonna be running the -6. Here's the deal. The fuel pump that's in this car, which is a 340 pump, should be enough with proper line, which will be a -8 feed, should be enough to supply this carburetor pretty much everything we need. So what we have coming is a 750 carburetor. It's a quick fuel. So this carburetor has been modified. I got it off of eBay. I bought it used. So the funny thing is this carburetor came off of a 347 stroker and a T-trim Vortec, making, I think, 8 pounds of boost. Same made like 650 horsepower, supposedly. I'm not here to argue whether that's right or wrong, but if that's the case, guys, that's gonna be pretty close to where we are as far as horsepower, setup, and all of that. So if ever there was a carburetor to be jetted closely to what we need, that was it. So we're gonna gamble on it, hope the carburetor's good, slap it on this thing. So like I told you, we're gonna use the in-tank pump for right now. I've got all my fittings ordered and everything else, and it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be cool. Like, here's the cool thing. I'm not even worried about failing with this. Like, I'm not worried about it not working right. It's okay. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll learn from it. This is a stepping stone though. Because if this doesn't work and I just can't figure it out and I can't get this thing to run right, what we're gonna do is go ahead and pull the turbo off of it, put our traditional exhaust on this thing and get it running that way. I will have to sell this carburetor because it's a blow through and it's just easier to get rid of it and go to a traditional carburetor. Now, if you guys don't know, a 750 blow-through style carburetor, if it's been set up for blow-through, should be good for well over 1,000 horsepower. That's crazy, right? So you gotta remember, carburetors take what they need. As air comes in, it sucks more fuel out of the bowl and essentially gives itself what it needs. So kind of self-tuning, I guess you could say. Whatever. So, are you guys excited about it? It's gonna be a hell of a journey, but at the same time, I'm gonna show you just how easy this is to do. That's the one thing that I really wanna show you guys, is just how simple this is gonna be. Or at least I hope. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I'm so excited about this because it's something new, and I love carburetors. So I hope you guys do too, and I hope this works out. Trust me, there's more to the story though. I'm gonna put a hell of a twist on this, and you're gonna see it coming real soon. All right, I'll catch you in the next video when we get all of our parts in. We'll get this thing running, and as always, thanks for watching.